Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Stingray 72 here to bring you 5 minutes of. This episode may be a little longer than 5 minutes, but I make the best of it. So let me do my official start. For the next episode of 5 Minutes of with Stingray 72, here's Stingray 72. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to be reading from my notes today, so I will start it off, and it goes like this. Hi everyone, welcome to 5 Minutes of. I'm your news anchor, Stingray 72. Here's today's story. Today I will be bringing you 5 or more minutes of Jaguar Wright. Ms. Wright is completely wrong. Jacqueline Suzette Wright, or Jaguar Wright as she's known in the entertainment world, has been on a roll lately. She's been coming after celebs who were otherwise minding their own damn business and not worrying about her in the least. She's come for Common. She's apologized to Tiffany Haddish. Okay, Alicia Keys, Jill Scott, Puffy, Mary J. Blige, J-Lo, Summer Walker, and The Roots, and Tevin Campbell. She indicated that in The Roots, she believes that there's a rapist in the group, and that person knows who he is because they've been friends since they were childhood, children, and the person is more susceptible of being a rapist because all of the women in this person's family were prostitutes. So that's where that behavior would come from, again indicating that this person is a rapist. Okay, but didn't the Roots open up their stage to you in 1989 or 1998? Like, didn't they take you on tour with them? I believe they did. But what happened then, sis? Did nothing happen? What's the problem? Why didn't you say anything then? If something was going on and you knew it, why wait until now? Got kind of a Bill Cosby, oh my God, he raped me 40 years ago kind of thing going on. But anyway, Tevin Campbell, on the other hand, said, no, honey, you gonna get this work from my legal team if you don't take back what you said or take it off of the internet. Not necessarily indicating that it was false, but don't say that to me. Anyway, according to the Source magazine, their website, Ms. Wright said about Tevin Campbell, how does a boy with a voice like that had the records he had and could have easily transformed into one of the greatest male vocalists of all time, dead, end up prostituting himself for drugs and change on Hollywood Boulevard? Tevin Campbell did not, that I know of, indicate that was incorrect. He was just mad about it. And she also says, how does that happen with a gift like that? And I guess the same could be said for her. She has an amazing voice. Control everything. But then what happened to you, sis? Like, you're asking these questions about these other people whose careers have lasted longer than your nap time, and yet you can't pose the question to yourself. Tevin Campbell found out what she said, of course, and had his legal team threatened her and was like, you need to get this correct because I'm about to sue you. He had some tweets up. He's since removed them, but he was indicating what she was saying on the tweets. One of them said, according to @Jaguar Wright, I was a sex worker on Hollywood Boulevard. It's called online defamation. Do not test TEVIN. Okay? Don't. My lawyer is on deck, and I will take that YouTube video down if I were you. My past is well documented, and I've learned from it, and I own it. I will not tolerate anyone telling lies about me online. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for any damn thing. God don't like ugly, and he ain't too crazy about pretty. Now, from that statement, I get, again, yeah, I may have done those things, but I know this. I've spoken about it. I own my past. What are you doing, Jaguar? The only thing you're doing, Ms. Wright, is throwing people under the bus, and you're not even the driver. I mean, you're just throwing stuff out there. Like, let's get that together. Let's bring it down. So anyway, Tevin Campbell also said, you know, I wish her well. Let's pray for her, because clearly it seems like she needs some positive energy in her life. I get it, turning the other cheek, but if this is defamation of character, at some point you got to get a hold of it, because she's not. And I know a lot of people will say the best defense is to ignore it or to leave it alone and it'll go away. It's not going to go away, because she's going to keep running her mouth. Now, I don't know what you can do in a case like this. I really don't. But it's crazy. Jaguar Wright previously claimed that Common sexually assaulted her. She also claimed that apparently she woke up from a nap or something with his genitals in her mouth. How? Wait, you didn't know that? You didn't feel... Okay. She also says that Alicia Keys and Mary J. Blige are lying about their sexualities. Who gives a damn what they're doing and who they're doing? Why is that important? Why is that ever important? What's going on with you? Like, clearly we understand what's going on because we're going off of what you're doing. But what do other people's lives have to do with yours? Is it because their careers flourished somehow and yours did not? That's all I can ask. I was a fan of Jaguar Wright. Trust me. Like I said, I loved her voice. She had an amazing vocal. It was awesome. I just don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. But there are a lot of singers and people in the entertainment out there who were great at what they did, and probably still are great at what they do, but for whatever reason, they didn't make it in the industry. I'm probably at 5 minutes already, so let me keep going. Nope, don't know how far I'm in. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Jaguar Wright indicates that she's been hearing that she's doing the same thing that Tupac did before he was killed, spilling the tea and telling his truth or whatever. And that the difference between her and Tupac is that he was not military trained and she is. She says that her father, a former Marine, put a gun in her hand when she was 6, and that even if her husband turned on her, she has a gat, which is a pistol or revolver. But I'm thinking, why would you even think along those lines in regards to your husband? I mean, you still have to prove, that you're bad by saying, if my husband turns on me, I got a gat. So, you don't think he does? Like, you don't think he got family that wouldn't come for you? Like, what's going on, sis? Anyway, so she says her past relationship, she mentioned her past relationship with Big Hutch. I can't remember exactly who he is. I'm thinking that it's probably not relevant. However, she said that she was shooting off M14, nailing her targets dead center and blah, blah, blah. So I guess that's supposed to indicate that she bout it with her shooting skills. Well, I can too. I did pretty good when I went to the gun range, but I don't need a weapon and I don't need to talk about how well of a shot I am, because I'm not going off at the mouth about people doing something that clearly I can do but choose not to for whatever reason. That just doesn't make sense. But anyway, she says that if Tupac was militarily trained like she was, then when them shooters came for him, he'd have been able to shoot back. Okay. I'm really not, she says, I'm really not worried about anyone coming for me. I just don't want people to make me into something that I don't want to be. How can someone make you something that you don't want to be? How? That's all in what you do. So clearly, that indicates there you have an issue with self-control. Clearly. But no one can make you do anything. Because if you are this top dog, as you speak of, use your gat. But anyway, what else did she say? Oh, and she said she moved to Texas. She's no longer, I think she's from Philly. She's recently, I don't know how long ago, now she lives in Texas. She says, I moved to Texas so I can stand my ground. Okay, so that means you knew that you were going to start running off at your mouth. And, you know, so if somebody were to come for you, you would be well within your rights, within your state, to do whatever it is that you need to do if it came to you using your gat. Coward. Anyway, okay, so someone, she said a dear friend of hers told her that someone told her, grapevine miss, that she was burning all of her bridges. And her statement was, why wouldn't I want to burn all the bridges? You know, indicating, I don't want to go back there. She says, when they told her that she was burning her bridges, her response was, but I can swim. Okay, so that means that she indicates that she believes that she is the catalyst. She is the one who is setting the example for putting these people and their wrongdoings allegedly on blast. So she doesn't need to cross those bridges again. She burned them for a reason, because she can swim and get to the other side of the ocean. This is some interview, or it's not an interview, I'm sorry. This is something, a video that she recently uploaded when she had made that statement about burning bridges and being able to swim and other things like that. So she wants those bridges gone. Baby, she's hurt. She is hurt. She is hurt. Only hurt people do stuff like this. I know what I'm talking about. No one really wants to talk about mental health. No one. Because in our society is considered taboo. I think clearly we need to keep mental health issues and conversations in the forefront. Not everyone needs it, but everyone needs it, because someone knows someone who is hurting from something. You yourself might be hurting from something, but you have to stand tall. You can't show emotion. You can't lash out because people are looking at you. And I think that she is lashing out and people are looking at her. And I think she's lashing out because people are looking at her. People know that she still had a voice in the community. The only thing you need to do is gossip about somebody. Everybody's going to listen. So clearly this woman is, or has been, and is continuing to be hurt by the industry. She says that she's been doing a lot of praying. And look, I don't come between anybody and their God. You do what you're doing. Y'all talk. Y'all chop it up. Give daps. Everything. She added, if you have a problem with what I'm doing, running off at the mouth and telling her stories, then you have to take it up with the man upstairs. And my thing is, if you knew all of this stuff then when it was happening and when it was going on, why didn't you say something then? And I know, please, don't come for me about people being assaulted or people being in situations where they fear for their life or they feel they cannot tell. I understand that. I really do. But why is putting it out to the public more important than confronting that person? Do you know what I mean? You want to hurt these people that you're speaking of, that have done these alleged things. You want to. There's something they have that you want and you clearly don't have. I can't think of anything. And trust, I am no psychologist, no psych, nothing. I'm just going off of what I'm what I hear, what I'm reading, and this is just purely my idiotic analogy of it. I might be wrong, but I doubt it. But you know, if other people are being hurt and you knew these things were going on, does that not make you an accomplice? I don't know how that works. That I don't know. But usually, if you knew someone was robbing a bank and you said nothing about it until years later, maybe they promised to give you some of the money and you didn't, then you would snitch and let them know that this person robbed the bank, but you knew it, you were there. So you're an accomplice somehow if you knew all these things. Does that make sense? I don't know. Please check me in the comment section, please. I don't know how accomplices work. I don't know. But I'm like, is this a sign of a mental breakdown? Has she had enough? And if so, enough what? Because I don't remember hearing anything from you after that song. What's it called? What If? It's a really good song also. But I don't know. And apparently she's a part of this group that's supposed to like protect black women, and but she's bashing the same women that she supposedly is protecting in this group. So I'm not really sure how that works. And let's see. Well, it seems like she's just willing to speak to anyone who will put a camera in front of her and listen. And if that is what it is, then do your thing, Ms. Wright. Whatever assistance it is that you need, I hope that you get it. You're praying to your God, and I'm praying to mine too, hoping that he will continue to bless you. And whoever hurt you, I hope that y'all get it together, because this has got to stop. I mean, you're bashing people within your own community. And I wish you all the best. And I know this was more than 5 minutes, but that's my time, and I thank you for yours. I am Stingray. This has been 5 minutes of. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you later.